Hi, I'm Greg McCarthy, an attorney at Patterson Law Group, and I'm here to talk to you today about what personal injury lawyers do. In its simplest form, really, it's fairly basic and pretty straightforward. We help people to recover the damages that they're legally entitled to when they're injured by other people or by businesses. Why do you need a lawyer, though? A lot of people have come to me and said, I got in an accident and I was able to settle my claim, or I've been in an accident recently. Shouldn't I just be able to handle that myself and save the money that I would have to pay an attorney? And it's perfectly fine for somebody to represent themselves in that claim, but it's not really a good idea, because what you're really talking about doing when you hire a lawyer, a personal injury lawyer, is leveling the playing fields. There's all kinds of cases that we handle, from car and truck crashes to construction injuries, oil field injuries, premises liability like slip and falls or other injuries in business establishments, dram shop liability for when a bar or a restaurant overserves an intoxicated patron. And we do all of those kinds of the cases, and we evaluate them for free. There's no responsibility or obligation up front for those clients who come to us and ask us if we think they have a good claim. You want to level the playing field. When you have an injury, what you're going to be dealing with is an insurance company. Almost every time when you have a serious injury, there's going to be an insurance company on the other side. They will have experienced, well-trained, motivated claims adjusters and representatives who are the first line of defense, and they will almost always immediately have attorneys on the case as well. Some insurance companies even have a whole stable of full-time employed attorneys that only work for that company, and they answer only to that company. And when you have that sort of resources, in addition to the money they have to apply to these cases, the field is not level for the people who get hurt. And there are very, very few of those people who are injured who really have the resources and the training and the experience to handle their own claim and make sure that they get treated fairly. And so how do we go about that? How do we get our clients treated fairly by the insurance industry and the companies that they represent when we have an injury case? Well, the first thing we do is we investigate. We take a look at the case from the standpoint of someone from our firm wanting to know whether it's a good idea to invest our time and resources into a case that we're only going to get paid on if we're successful in recovering money for our clients. So we do investigate. We look into the facts that surround the case. We talk to witnesses. We talk to our clients to the extent that we can. We find out what the other person has to say if they're represented by counsel, and if they don't want to talk to us at first, then we may not get to talk to them. But we do our best to investigate the accident or the crash or the situation that got somebody hurt as fully as we can. And then once we get to that point and we decided we're going to accept the case and the client hires us, we put the insurance company and the people who are responsible for the injuries on notice that we're here and we have a claim. Over the course of the coming weeks and sometimes months after that, we provide them with as much information as we can about why it is that their insured is responsible and the extent of the damages that have been suffered by our client. We try to give them all of the information that they need to come up with a reasonable evaluation that will in some way, shape, or form match or at least mesh with ours. We typically at that point would make a demand. Then we'd say, if you'll pay us this, we'll accept that amount of money for our client in exchange for a release of the liability. Sometimes that works before a lawsuit is filed, and sometimes it doesn't for a variety of reasons. So in some cases, we go from that step to filing a lawsuit, getting into litigation, where we take depositions and we collect more documents and we do more investigation, this time with the power of a subpoena and the rules behind us and all of that sort of thing. And then once we've gotten all of the discovery done and we've gotten information that's sufficient for everybody to make a good informed decision about it, we try again to settle the case. And about 95% of the time, somewhere around 90 or 95% of the time, these personal injury cases, they get settled before they go to a jury trial. If they don't, there's always the possibility that we go down there and try the case, and that's just fine with us. We do that. It's actually Some of the things that are the most enjoyable parts of our practice is to gather the people for a 12-person or a 6-person jury, seat them in a jury box, get people under oath to testify, put evidence in front of that jury, and ask them to decide for themselves what damages they think our client should receive as a result of what's happened to them. In a nutshell, that's what personal injury lawyers do, and that's what we do at Patterson Law Group. We'd love to help you. Give us a call. Thanks.